Hello, my name is Giovanni Cornejo, and this is my submission for Project 2 Commerce. To start off, I will be pulling up my code to show that it has the correct models implemented, along with a few more. So here you can see that in addition to the user model, there is one for category, bid, listing, and comment. So let's move on to the create listing page. I have one here. So I have pre-filled this out just to speed this along. The user can input a title, description, and price, as well as an optional image URL and category. So let's go ahead and create this listing. And you can see we are automatically redirected to the listing page. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is the active listings page. So this page is the default route of the web application. And as you can see, all the current active listings are here. So each listing displays the title, description, current price, and photo if one is provided. We have an example of a listing with no photo and no category as well. I also added a starting bid for each listing. I'm going to save the listing page for last, as it will take the longest. So for now, let's move on to the watch list. Any signed-in user can see all of the listings they have added to their watch list. So clicking on these listings will take them directly to that listings page. So now let's go back to the active listings page. We can also visit a page that displays listings within a specific category. So selecting a value in this dropdown will automatically redirect the user to that page. If the user has JavaScript turned off, or a button will appear next to this to submit this form that way instead. So if we try and go to something like sports and outdoors, we can see that the big rock is selected because it's in the category sports and outdoors. We can also select a different one like food and beverages, and the smoothie is found here because it's in the category food and beverages. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the Django admin interface. So I have it over here. So the user can view, add, edit, and delete any of the following: the bids, the categories, the comments, the listings, and the users. So to show that off, I'm going to go to this listings, and let's say I'm not really a big fan of bidets on my commerce site. I can go ahead and delete this listing here, and it will remove it here. And if we go back to our page where the bidet is down here, and we refresh it, we can see that the bidet is gone. All right, now let's look at the listings page. On the right, the user is not signed in, and thus they can view the page and not add comments or make bids or add the listing to a watch list. I've also made each page as mobile friendly as possible, as you can see. All right, let's go and exit out of that. So for these last two windows, the one on the left is the user, or the owner of the listing, and the one on the right is a different user. The user has already added the item to their watch list, so if we go to their watch list, we will see that it appears here. We can also remove it from their watch list, like this. And if we go here, we can see that it's gone. The user can also make a bid on the item, and that must be larger than the starting bid or the current bid if there is one. Another way is to choose an error. So we can't go below the current bid by 1 cent. So if we go to the inspect element and remove this cap on the client side, and we set it to 0, we can go ahead and go below this amount. But if we try to do something like $10, this error appears. So if we go above this amount though, this will work. And it says that successful bid, you're in the lead. And we can also make comments on our bids. So if we go over here, we can type something like, please bid more. Because we are the owner, we want people to bid. And it gets added to this list of comments here. Okay, the owner can also close a listing, at which point the listing is no longer active and the highest bid is the winner. So if we close the listing, we get this pop-up saying if we want to close it, we can close it. It says the auction is closed. If we refresh over here, let me do this. There we go. It says you won the auction, and we can no longer make changes to the listing or add comments because the auction is over, but it says we won. And then if we go back to the active listings page, the listing is removed from the active listings. And this concludes the demo. Thank you for watching.